Hi again, this is the follow-on to the Bassy Bait Halloween 2019 video, and this is what you do when you've caught your 5 largemouth bass. And basically it gives you a bait to use, which, as you can see, is actually a live bait on the line. And we're going to be fishing over here. It's called the Salty Delta, and again, I'm going from memory on this one, but I seem to remember, I think this is a fairly good area for snook, and over here, and this I know is a channel that's very, very good for drum, but I seem to remember that what you want to do, it's either that tree there or this tree here for tarpon. I've only ever caught probably 4 or 5 tarpon before. The wizard thing, when you've got onto this, seems to guide you to put a rod together that just doesn't make any sense at all. So my suggestion is you just set up a sensible rod and set up. So I've got the good old Brutus 360 and a heavy-ish setup, and an X series 4 hook, or any, probably a 3, 4 or 5 I would think would do without 3.0, 4.0 or 5.0, but I always like the X series hook. And I'm absolutely guessing at this. I really don't know. I think this is one of the few areas where you can get in some fairly deep water. So we'll give it a go and see what happens. It may mean that I need to fish at night. I honestly can't remember, but I seem to remember either just beyond here, but I've got a mark there, and I know that's for a let's have a look and see what that is for. I think it's for a snook. It's got to be that one. Yeah, wasn't a particularly good one. It must have been for a competition or some other quest or something. Anyway, let's just put this in about there and see what happens. What we might need to do is shuffle on to night time and see whether, well, we'll see how we go first anyway. Sometimes with these quests, the special element, i.e. the bait or the line or the whatever it is, will ensure that you only catch the fish that you want, and sometimes it won't. In other words, I don't know whether I'm going to catch normal tarpon here as well as the Terror Tarpon, which is obviously what we're after. I'll just put my drag down to 2 just in case. I really honestly should have done a lot more homework on this, so apologies, but at least you are actually seeing me do the fishing and not just a clip of me actually catching it, which is a bit more fun. There's some activity. I wonder if you can't always go on the activity that's happening, but the activity is just a little bit closer. So I'm just going to haul in a little bit. You can see where the splashes are. I'm now pretty much on top of that. So that's 30, I think that's about 37. I've got a couple of meters of slack line out. It's moving around a fair bit, but I don't honestly know how this bassy bait should move. Obviously a shiner, you know how fast it's going to pull the float in the normal way, and then how fast it pulls it when the fish is after it, but it doesn't seem as though anything much is happening at the moment, but we'll give it a little while. I left the catching of the small largemouth bass, the two remaining ones I needed. I went out and came back in again a bit later, and as you can see on the chart on the left, I got them pretty much in quick succession using the red 7-gram spinner that I mentioned, the spoon, medium spoon. It suddenly occurred to me, of course, we're in the Everglades, and what I should be using is a bass jig. So if you can find yourself a small bass jig, I don't know if they make a bass jig smaller than a 1/0 hook. There probably is something, I would think, with a 2 hook or a 1 hook. It would be tiny, it would be 4 grams or something again. So give that a try and see if you're struggling to get those 5 bass, then give that a go. This doesn't seem to be going very well, and I do seem to remember that when I did fish for tarpon before, it might have been at night, so I might forward on in a second or two and see whether we can hurry this along a bit. Also, I don't know whether my depth is right. Should look it up really, but sometimes it is just more fun to have a try and try things out and try and work it out. I'm pretty sure this is the right area for them. Just give it a bit of a drag in further. That damn dragonfly is going to land on my rod. Okay guys, I'm going to give this a try to move it on a bit and try the peak night time and just see. The only thing is when it gets dark I probably won't be able to see what I'm aiming at, but never mind. So let's have a look. So let's forward it to 2100. Oh yes, I can see perfectly okay. I reckon that's about where we were in terms of the distance. As I say, the next thing I might need to do is play around with the depth a bit. The fact that they give you 15 of these baits makes me think that I might be here quite a long time trying to get this fish, and I might well catch a tarpon, normal tarpon or two, or a gar, or probably a snook, or any number of other things probably. Haul it in a little bit. Moving around a bit, but it's not suddenly jerking from one side to the other, which is what I'd expect it to do. And obviously we're going to get a ping anyway when Well, I hope we're going to get a ping. Ah, now that looks a bit quicker. Now that's what you'd expect with a shiner, so let's wait and see what happens here. Keep your fingers crossed, guys. Alright, let's see what we've got. I'm taking it up to the maximum drag. Fairly heavy setup because this is fighting quite hard. I would. Oh, it looks very garish to me. I don't think that's a tarpon at all. And this is a gar. That's why it's fighting so hard. Yeah, it's a gar, isn't it? So, oh, is it? No, it's not. It is a tarpon. And it's the right one. Hooray! Oh dear, nasty. He's had a few encounters with fishermen before, I think. Okay, so, and it was, I was going to say it was a unique, but it's not, it's just gone yellow because it's a special fish, I think. So that's it, guys, the Terror Tarpon. Hopefully that's all you need to know. Give it a try. I'm going to work probably from the second mission onwards now, which I think requires bark and a dendron or something, but I can't really remember. In fact, let's have a quick look. And I'll let you guys know what I'm going to be doing next. So, that should have gone over to completed, which it has. And the dendro spoon. Okay, so I'm going to have a go at this next. I need to go to Mudwater and get the tree barks. I've got a very good idea where I might get those, only because I have caught them by mistake in the past trying to catch something else. There's a tree, or 2 or 3 trees together in Mudwater. I'll show you guys where it is, and we'll hopefully get that going and catch the dendro fin. Okay guys, that's it, signing off.